Oye, Batalada. Here's an announcement for you, boss man. Sorry, if you don't watch The Expanse, that's not going to make any sense, but I got my cool new OPA hat, so I was just like... Anyway, so I'm just coming on real quick just to give an announcement of what's going on with my channel at the moment. So... First of all, I got an announcement. I'll be doing a live discussion video with the Geeksiders and Don Willie about Game of Thrones Season 8. This will be this Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for once, we're all in the same time zone. This is the first time I'll be doing a live discussion with everyone in the same time zone. Weird. Because Avkin's not able to make it, so it's just going to be me, Don, and Josh and Anna from Geeksiders podcast, which if you haven't checked out, you definitely should. And we will be going over Game of Thrones Season 8 and how much it sucks and how bad Dan Dave are at writing and ending. So that will be this Saturday night. So at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, on top of that, though, I did mainly want to announce that I am going to be doing another hiatus for my channel. I did this before a while ago. I took a month off. I'm going to do this again because I am getting a bit stressed out with all these videos. And like I did last time when I took a month off, I continued to make videos, and then I had to stockpile of videos so I could just upload them so I can make them like a month in advance, and that took so much pressure off of me. So that's what I want to do again. Now, when I moved to America and a couple months ago, I was slowing down on the videos I did, like only doing 2 a week, because I was hoping to stockpile some videos then, but it didn't work out that way because I was just being too busy having to establish my life here and set everything up. And plus, I ended up doing a lot more like Game of Thrones videos because I didn't realize how much it angered me, and so I ended up going on a lot more. Ellen, good to see you in the chat. Oh, hi, Mark, he says. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's how you meant it. But so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go on hiatus for the month of June, and I'm just going to take the whole month off because only doing 2 videos a week, that still was too much. I wasn't able to stockpile anything. So I'm taking the entire month of June off so I can stockpile and have the whole month of June, I'll still be making videos. I just won't be uploading them. I'll be saving them for July. So then hopefully, again, I will be a month ahead, which takes so much pressure off of me. So I don't have to rush and worry, because I was supposed to do a Star Trek Enterprise review next week, and I haven't even started watching it. So that's how far behind I am. So this is mainly for, and Jesse, hi, good to see you in the chat. So this is mainly for what I'm mainly coming up with Enchantment of Eternity, and starting in July, I guess, is the Expanse book to show videos, because I want to finish that off because I was hoping to be done with season 3 before season 4 starts, so I can do the book to show season 4 as it airs. But that now that I'm pushing it back even further, I won't be finished until August. So hopefully season 4 of The Expanse won't air before August. And I know everyone else out there, shut up, Mark, I wanted to air before August. Yeah, fair enough. I understand that. But we'll see. They haven't announced yet when season 4 of The Expanse is going to air. Some people guessed June or July, but I think if it was June or July, we would have heard something about that. I am not sure what you mean by that, Jerome. Okay, but anyway, and the other thing is the Lost videos, because I know we got some people who've been watching my series on Lost. I had promised to do that every 2 weeks, and I pretty much put that into a halt when I first moved back to the U.S. back in late March, and I was promising to get back to him by the end of May, but it turns out that's not going to happen either. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to push that back to July as well, but I do promise when I come back in July, one of the first things will be is my Enterprise review. So I'm taking a month off, so no Star Trek full-length review this month, sorry to say. But when I come back in July, first thing will be is my Star Trek Enterprise Season 1 review and moving on to Lost Season 4. And then from then on, I will do every 2 weeks, I will have a new Lost video. So if you're watching my Lost series, you're a fan of that, I will resume in July. And as far as my individual Star Trek episode reviews, unfortunately, I'm going to push those back even further because I still want to finish off my Expanse Book to Show and videos first and my Lost videos first. So once my Expanse Book to Show videos are finished, which, as I said, should be early August, then I'll resume doing my Star Trek episode videos. Now, yes, you do have to watch The Expanse, Ellen. It's a great show. I know you'd love it. But anyway, so as for June, I will have a couple videos. So I'm going to be doing, as I just said, I'll be doing a live video with Josh and Anna from Geeksiders and Don Willie this Saturday night on Game of Thrones Season 8. And also, I am still going to do a full-length review on Game of Thrones Season 8. But much like Game of Thrones Season 8 itself, it's going to be a little rushed because, as I said, I'm a bit rushed for time. But hey, Dan and Dave can do half-assed and rushed, and I can do my review half-assed and rushed. But so that's going to come out later this week, maybe just in a couple days, depending on how long it takes me to put it together. And then I'm doing my, live discussion with Don and Josh and Anna this Saturday, and then. Black Mirror Season 5 comes out in early June, and I will do videos for that as soon as it's released. There's only going to be 3 episodes for Black Mirror. I know those videos that I do don't get a lot of views, but I love Black Mirror so much. It's like one of my favorite shows. I think it's one of the best. It might be my second favorite show that is currently on Behind the Expanse. It's much better than Game of Thrones, unfortunately. So, oh, yes. Aren't I excited for Game of Thrones Season 9? I am excited for the Long Night prequel. I will tell you that in all honesty, but it's going to be a while before that comes out, maybe 2 or 3 years. So anyway, Black Mirror Season 5, there's only going to be 3 episodes this year, so I will do a video for each episode, maybe spaced 2 or 3 days apart, but I'll pretty much knock them all 3 out in 1 week. So those are pretty much the only videos I will be releasing in June, those 2 Game of Thrones videos and those 3 reviews for Black Mirror. Other than that, I'm going to be pretty much completely dead, unless there's something, a live video or some shit off the spur of my head that I want to do. Dread Electronics says Black Mirror is awesome. You are correct. It is very awesome. It's another show, if you're not watching, you should check out. So anyway, yeah, so just those 2 Game of Thrones, just those 3 Black Mirrors, and then the rest of June silent, unless I have some random shit I want to just come up and say. Everything else, I'll be making videos throughout the month, but to air in July. That way I can have that buffer, because it takes so much stress off of me, and it just makes my life a lot easier if I have this stockpile of videos ready to upload, so I don't have to be like, now I'm like, oh my god, I have to watch an entire season, 24 episodes of Enterprise in 1 week and then get the review up. That's ridiculous pressure. I can't do that. It's better if I I already have this review for Enterprise locked and ready to go. I finished it 2 weeks ago. All I have to do is upload it, and I can work on future shit. So much easier for me. I did warn that when I did my first hiatus, I think it was last October, I warned that if I get behind, I might have to do another hiatus, and that's what happened. So if this happens again, if I get behind again, then I might have to do another hiatus somewhere down the line. But it's just so much easier for me if I have all the videos stockpiled and ready to go. So that's pretty much all I had to say. Jerome says, I only seen Bandersnatch. I love Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch was great. I think I named that my favorite movie of the year. I know it's not for everyone, but you should definitely check out the other Black Mirror episodes. Don't watch the first episode of season 1. That episode sucks. I don't care what anyone says. Skip that one, but watch the rest. They're really good. Let's see. Harlots is a great show. That's coming back. I haven't seen that one. Wouldn't it suck if the later seasons of no, don't jinx it, Jesse. I think Expanse came like season 8 of Game of Thrones. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you why. Because the main reason why it happened with Game of Thrones is because Dan and Dave ran out of book material. The Expanse only has one more book to go, and the show is nowhere near catching up. In fact, the authors have been pretty steady releasing one book a year, and they pretty much guarantee that the final book is going to come out sometime next year. And the Expanse is nowhere near catching up, so the Expanse is not going to catch up. Therefore, they will still have book material to go off. Second reason why it's not going to turn out like Game of Thrones is because the authors of the novels work heavily. They're producers. They actually write some of the episodes. They work heavily on the show, whereas George R.R. Martin kind of dropped out after season 4 and wasn't really involved at all. He just had his name plastered up there, but pretty much no input whatsoever. Whereas here, authors of The Expanse, Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank, in the writer's room, heavily involved. So I have faith that The Expanse is not going to turn out like Game of Thrones. Now, I said the same thing about Game of Thrones not turning out like Lost, and I was wrong, but this is a different situation. I think with the information we have, I think there's more reason for optimism, I shall say. Yes, I will enjoy the break. Thank you, JWS. And hello, Quack Addict. How you doing? Shay Morris has kind of soured on Bandersnatch, but Black Mirror is amazing. I loved Bandersnatch. I understand some people didn't like it, but I think for me, like the first time I watched it, like because it's, choose your own. You went through the first time I watched it, I was kind of like felt kind of empty. I was like, yeah, what was the point? But the more and more I started like exploring the different options, I could see how metaphorical every option was. And you should watch my video on it if you haven't already, because I really dove deep in how that movie really has really deep meaning. At least I think it does. Some people think I'm being pretentious, but whatever. And the one ending in particular, the Donnie Darko ending, like I fucking love that. That was amazing. It had me in tears. But anyway, Jerome says Better Call Saul is the best show in television, in my opinion. That is up there. I would say The Expanse, Black Mirror, and Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul, I don't know when that's coming back. That might not be till late this year, but it might even be till next year. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. And Mr. Robot's supposed to have their final season this year, too. Still keeping an eye out for those two shows when they come out. Definitely will cover them as well. And the good thing is that once I finish my Expanse book to show comparison and my Lost coverage, I won't have that much else going on my channel, so maybe I can start covering more shows that I haven't been covering before. We'll see. I'll definitely be able to do more Star Trek episode reviews than I have been doing. Yes, The Expanse should be the next show you start watching. And should they have waited until George R.R. Martin finished the version? Well, they couldn't, because by the time they finished that, like Maisie Williams would be like 50 years old. Or she'd be in her 40s. George is never going to finish this fucking series. It's taken him over 10 years just to do book 6. I know. I'm hoping, and this is probably me being naive, that Winds of Winter has so much shit to tie in, and that's why it's taking him for fucking ever to do. But George himself talked about how he's condensing the story, and that all the characters who spread out are going to start coming back. That's what happened in the show, and he said that be pretty much the same thing would happen with him. So hopefully that means writing book 7 will not be as complicated, and so it won't take him 12 years. Let's hope. George, though. Let's see. Jerome says, I think it's going to be next year for Saul. I think they started shooting. Oh, yeah, probably. You're probably right. I mean, they tend to air it like a year plus a couple of months after the last time it was aired, and I think season 4 came out in September, so that would put season 5 to come out in like December or January. So I think I would say probably around that time, yes. Winds of Winter is coming out within a year. I know it in my heart. Search your feelings, you know it to be true. You know, that's what I said like 3 years ago. So I'm sick of being burned on this shit, but I certainly hope so. I really hope so. I'll probably, if they finally announce it coming out, I'll have to go back and read all the other books again because I got the show crap in my head. So I need to go back, and I've only read the books once, so it'll be interesting to read them again. But I'm kind of waiting until we hear about Winds of Winter so I can just go straight into that. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I had to say. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and do apologize that there will pretty much be not much content at all coming out in June, but that's all good. I think a lot of channels are doing this over the summer. Me, I'll be working over this summer because I'm trying to save up money, so I'm not going to be going on any flash vacations or anything like that, but I'm saving up to go on vacation to New Zealand next year. So hopefully that will work. Let's see. Ellen says, I think Dan and Dave also stopped caring as much or got so high on people's praise that they thought anything they put together would be great. No, I don't. Yeah, I think they just didn't give a fuck. I think they're like, yeah, I think you're right though, that they just assumed the show was so popular they could just rush to it and no one would care. And to some degree, they're right, because I've seen a lot of people defending season 8, and a lot of the mainstream critics are liking it, and so they're right. Like, the people by those mainstream audience, he could do no wrong by. It doesn't matter what he did. So why put in the effort? And Jerome says, George said at a con in New Zealand that if he hadn't come back for the next con, which is in July 2020, they can put him in jail. Yeah, I heard that, Jerome. I did hear about that. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, George himself, he's still, even though he said that, he's still saying he's not willing to put a release date on Winds of Winter because he doesn't want to make any promises he can't keep, which this could be another promise he can't keep. We'll see if they put him in jail in New Zealand. Anyway, what was George doing in New Zealand? He never went to New Zealand when I was there. Oh wait, he did once in 2011, but that was like before I read the books, and I wasn't really into the show as much. But anyway, I haven't seen him there since. But anyway, that's all I want to say. So that's all I want to say. So just be sure to check out my Game of Thrones Season 8 live discussion this Saturday, and then I'll have my Season 8 review sometime this week. And then Black Mirror 3, covering Season 5, the 3 episodes of Season 5 sometime next week. That's it for June. And July, I'll be back with all my Expanse Book to Show videos and my Lost videos. Those are definitely coming back, and my Star Trek Enterprise videos. So check all that out. Thank you guys for checking in, and I'll see you guys next time.